Hey everybody, good evening. Are you looking to cut back on some meat in your diet and maybe incorporate a few more plant-based foods and recipes? If that is the case, I wanted to share with you what one of my absolute favorite plant-based meals is. Now, I think it's good if we cut back a little bit on animal protein. It's just a little bit healthier for our bodies. And I've been making this recipe over and over, time and time again. And I like to pick like one day out of the week and do something like a meatless Monday. That's kind of a popular term you'll hear sometimes. It doesn't have to be Monday, but that just kind of makes it fun for the whole family. So this is something that I think that you and your family will really enjoy. So I unfortunately cannot take credit for this recipe. It comes out of one of my favorite cookbooks. It's called Oh She Glows, and it's by Angela Lydon. And what I'm going to show you, I wanted to just quickly show you how this comes together. I mean, it comes together in a snap. It's called the Ultimate Green Tacos, and I'll post all of this on the site once I'm done. But before I started making some of these recipes, I didn't really eat things like lentils and didn't really know how this would come together and taste. But you will be very surprised if you make this. So what goes in first are just some green lentils. I already kind of have everything set up here so that it's easy for me to show you how it comes together. I just cooked these in some water, and you can see they're not mushy or anything. I mean, I cooked them until they still had a little bit of a firm texture. So I just put that right into the food processor. That's 3/4 of a cup. And then the next thing that goes in, I toasted a cup of walnuts. And when you toast nuts, that just really brings out the flavor. It kind of releases some of the natural oils that are in the nuts and brings out some of the flavor in those. So all of those go in. And these two ingredients are really what give these tacos a real kind of meaty flavor. And you really don't even miss the fact that it's not meat that's going in them. So the next thing is to add your spices. And this really only has 3 spices. It's got chili powder, oregano, and cumin. And it's super easy to remember this recipe actually because it has 1.5 teaspoons of each. So I'm just gonna kind of get that in here really quick. And again, if your family is one who, loves their meat, my family's the same way, who, doesn't necessarily like to try new dishes that don't have meat in them, I would encourage you to really try this one out. If you're looking to incorporate some more plant-based foods, in your diet, because you really do not miss the meat on this one at all. All right, then my oregano goes in. And then it also calls for about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And I like to use a Himalayan pink salt because it has a lot of minerals in it, and it's just a little bit healthier for you. So I've got all my spices in, and then you also want to include a clove of garlic. Now I could just throw this entire clove in here, but sometimes in the food processor you can still get a few bigger pieces in there. So what I like to do is take one of these little microplanes or graters and just kind of hold it over and grate the garlic. It just kind of makes it into a paste really quickly, and so it makes it super easy. And then you just kind of tap the back because a lot of it will collect on the back of it. And that's that. And then the next thing, the recipe doesn't really call for pepper, but I like pepper in mine, so I like to include a little bit of pepper. And then you want to put in about 3 to 4 teaspoons of olive oil. So you need a little bit of liquid in here. You don't want a lot of liquid because again, this is you'll see this comes together and has like a meat-like texture, but you still need a little bit of moisture. So I'm going to put in 3 tablespoons of olive oil. I can always add a little bit more if I feel like it needs it. And then once I'm going to turn this on, it's going to be super loud, but once this gets, oops, I'm missing a piece. Hang on one second. Okay, sorry about that. Missing the top to my food processor. And then once that gets going, you can add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of water also to get it to the consistency that you want it. So I'm going to just pulse it a little bit. I'm going to show you what this looks like in just a minute. So it's actually fairly moist. I'm only going to put in just a little bit of water. And that looks awesome. So I want to show you, I'm hoping that you can see this. Do you see, I'm just going to pick it up with my hands. Do you see that? That texture, I mean, it looks just like ground meat. And it's so healthy for you. Not that there's anything wrong with, really good quality grass-fed beef from time to time. But again, if you're looking to just incorporate some more plant-based foods in your diet, this is a really great recipe. Now, I'm going to eat that in a lettuce cup, and what I'll do is I'll saute some onions, I'll put some onions on top, and then I also made, this is a vegan sour cream. I just want to show you how creamy that is. It's awesome. This is just made from cashews, lemon juice, apple cider vinegar, and water. That's it. And I'm telling you, it has kind of a tangy flavor. It tastes just like sour cream. And I'll post the recipe for that as well. I'll top it with that, and then I also have some homemade guacamole that I'll use as well. And that is just, it is so delicious, you guys. But I did want to give you one more tip. If maybe your kids don't necessarily want to eat it on a lettuce cup, I wanted to show you some of my favorite corn tortillas. This Garden of Eden, this is a really great brand. It's non-GMO, and these are probably, the healthiest version I have found of a corn tortilla. So, or corn taco. So that's just another tip. But I hope that you'll try this. I mean, honestly, it's delicious. You will be completely amazed. So I'll post the recipe in just a little bit and hope that you try it. You guys have a great night. Bye.